What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Raw recap. We opened up with a limo pulling up, Baron Corbin opening the door, and Stephanie McMahon comes out. Baron Corbin does a horrendous rendition of Happy Birthday because it's Stephanie McMahon's birthday. Triple H then comes out, and Stephanie McMahon does what she does best, busts the balls of Baron Corbin. Stephanie tells Baron to get 2 tag team partners to face the Shield later tonight. We cut back to the arena, and the Shield come out through the crowd. Dean Ambrose says that they're the 3 workhorses of Raw and that they are still standing. Roman Reigns starts to talk to a sea of boos, and after quite a bit of grandstanding, Seth Rollins calls out Baron Corbin. Corbin comes out and he introduces the Dogs of War. Braun Strowman tells Roman Reigns to shine up that belt because he's not going to be champion long and that the Shield will implode. Ziggler says it's going to be a 4-on-2 at Super Showdown and then starts to plant the seeds of Ambrose turning against the Shield. After Ziggler runs his mouth for a while, Roman Reigns tells him to shut up and let's fight. Dogs of War start heading towards the ring. Baron Corbin says no, that ain't happening tonight. Rather anticlimactic end to this segment. But we go to our first match, Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal. This is an match. Finn Balor won it. To me, it was nothing but a setup for the Mixed Match Challenge tomorrow night. We then have Natalya and the Bella Twins versus the Riot Squad. Once again, another match. Ruby Riott got the Riot Kick on Natalya for the win. This match, just like the other women's match later tonight, seems to be just, let's get as many women onto the show as possible. We then have a promo about the Connor's Cure charity that the WWE is involved with. And then backstage we have Dolph Ziggler stirring some shit with Dean Ambrose. We then have Connor of the Ascension versus Chad Gable. Again, for fuck's sake, Jesus, how many times are we going to see this? But surprisingly, Connor won this match. It's amazing. Somebody from the Ascension actually won something. Then we have Ziggler and McIntyre versus the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Finally, we have a decent match tonight. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of near falls. It almost looked like the Revival was actually going to win something. But Scott Dawson ate the Zigzag Claymore, and Ziggler and McIntyre retained their titles. Well, it wouldn't be Raw without a waste of time coming from Elias. He introduces Kevin Owens, who wastes more time. They introduce Lio Rush. He comes out, and they say they got a special seat set up for him, which is a high chair. Lio Rush hypes up Bobby Lashley, which brings us to our next match. Bobby Lashley versus Elias with Lio Rush and Kevin Owens at ringside. This is actually a decent match until Lio Rush and Kevin Owens started running around chasing each other. Kevin Owens ran into Bobby Lashley to get Elias disqualified. Kevin Owens tried to powerbomb Rush, but Bobby Lashley ran in for the save and caught him. What seemed to be something decent is now starting to turn into a circus act. Backstage we have Seth Rollins talking to Drew McIntyre, saying that he's been riding Dolph Ziggler's coattails. And then we have Nia Jax versus Alicia Fox with Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James at ringside. This is a glorified squash match. Nia Jax won with the Samoa drop. Like I said previously, let's just jam as many women into one spot as possible. Backstage we have some more shit talk from Drew McIntyre to Dean Ambrose, which brings us into our main event, The Shield versus Baron Corbin and his 2 tag team partners, the Authors of Pain. Before the match starts, the Dogs of War come out with chairs and they sit up on the ramp. This is a surprisingly good match, especially from Authors of Pain. There was quite a bit of action. There was a little bit of shit stirring, whether Dean Ambrose was going to turn or not. Roman Reigns won with a spear. After the match, Dean Ambrose is standing outside the ring in between Dogs of War and the Shield, determining where he's going to be siding. He runs into the ring and celebrates with his Shield brothers. They stand tall as we end tonight's Raw. Pretty much the first half of tonight's Raw sucked. The matches were I really couldn't care less about half of them, but as we got into the second half, they actually started to get better. But as a whole, I'd say it was pretty average. Hopefully, once again, like I always say, SmackDown will be better. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.